Every year comes that one or so anime that is so bad it reminds me of just how truly dead anime is. An anime that is so bad the only people who could possibly like it are complete idiots with horrible taste. People who truly push the limits of just how trash someone's taste in anime can be. And the latest installment of trash anime is Goblin Slayer, a series only an idiot could love. This is the latest overhyped garbage anime that people can't seem to shut the hell up about, proving yet again how stupid most anime watchers really are. I mean, I had so many people run into me like, "Hey, Young, hey, man, like, hey, have you seen Goblin Slayer, man? Young, can I hear your thoughts on Goblin Slayer, man? Please, Young, you need to watch Goblin Slayer, man." I mean, I had this one shonen fanboy that does nothing but watch garbage like My Hero Academia begging me like, "Come on, Young, come on, man. I mean, like, come on. You have to watch Goblin Slayer, man." And that's how I knew this anime would be trash. I was like, okay, if a shonen tard is recommending me something, I need to run in the other goddamn direction. Because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Anybody that's watching something like My Hero Academia or any of these other trash shonen cannot be taken seriously. And that's how I usually am. As soon as I see a bunch of these sheep hyping up a certain anime, I know 9 times out of 10 that anime is complete and utter garbage, and the people hyping it up have no idea what the hell they're talking about. And let's keep it real. The only reason people care about Goblin Slayer is because it's edgy. All people are talking about is the rape scene from episode 1. I'm not hearing anything about its actual character story or anything. Just, "Oh my gosh, man, oh my gosh, did you see the rape scene, man? This anime is dark, man, I can't believe they did that." I mean, the first time this anime even got recommended to me, the person basically just brought up the rape scene. Like, "Young, man, you need to watch this anime, man. They just did this rape scene, man, and you have to see the rape scene." And I was just like, wow, this is pathetic. And I guarantee most males only like this anime because that rape scene was able to get them erect. It's done in a very fan service way. Like, the rape scene is very fan service heavy. So I guarantee these virgins looked down and were like, "Oh my gosh, man, this anime was able to give me a boner, man. My penis has spoken. This anime is awesome. Woohoo, I love Goblin Slayer." Just a bunch of virgin anime nerds. Just show these morons a bunch of sex scenes, blood, violence, and they won't stop talking about it. That's all they'll talk about. And don't get me wrong, I love edgy series with blood and gore, violence, all that. Love them. If it's actually done right. Or hell, even if it's just entertaining. But Goblin Slayer is neither done right nor is it entertaining. It's one of the worst anime I've seen in a while. One of the most boring anime I've seen in a while. There is no way anyone with an inch of good taste, anyone that isn't a complete and utter moron, could actually like this show. The story is very predictable. It's trash, very repetitive. And it gets old extremely quick. All they do is go around slaying goblins over and over again. It's only episode 2 and I'm already bored and I've had enough with it. It's so boring. Oh, but come on, man. Come on, Young. I mean, like, come on. It's called Goblin Slayer, man. So, of course, they're going to be primarily slaying goblins, man. Yeah, no shit. But at least have more to it than this. It's boring. And don't say it gets any better because I read the manga and it's still complete and utter trash. Nothing even remotely interesting happens. It's just full of tropes. It delivers more and more tropes and pointless edge. The characters are horrible. We have this completely useless girl that got simply destroyed in the first episode. I mean, she was a total noob that couldn't do anything. She was peeing on herself. She was running away from battle. Like, "Go Minasai, go Minasai, go Minasai." She was running away. She was just running away while the other party members were just getting absolutely wrecked. She couldn't do anything. And of course, she had to be saved just when it all looked grim and that she was actually about to die, which I hope she would. Of course, she was saved. Just miraculously saved at the right time. So just another useless female character in anime. Don't we have enough of those? And she was saved by the next main character, the Goblin Slayer. A boring one-dimensional goblin killing machine that, guess what, only wants to slay goblins. It doesn't care about anything else. Let me guess, someone he cared about was killed by goblins, so now he wants revenge. It's so cliche. We've seen this a million times. It's like, come on, this guy is the very definition of boring. He says like 1 or 2 lines at best. They tried to build him up as this cool, badass character, yet it fell so hard because he's neither cool nor badass. And then they try to act this comedic relief because when he isn't slaying goblins and he actually has to talk to people, he's very awkward and cringy. It's trash. I've seen better characters in a poorly done hentai. And what makes it even more stupid is the fact that why are these two even together? Because after he saves her, they join forces. For what reason? It never explains why they join forces. Why would someone like him that's just out to slay goblins, do his job and get it over with, party with someone like her that is always going to have to be taken care of because she can barely do anything. She's weak. This is so unrealistic. They're only using her as kind of like the yin to the yang, where you take the, supposedly badass serious character and you throw him with like a character that's supposed to soften him up a bit, that's supposed to help him come out of his shell and help him develop. But it's a very, very poor attempt at it. There are no good characters in this anime. They're all just full of tropes, and they're not interesting in the slightest. In episode 2, they introduce this completely horrible fan service type character that just has a crush on the main character of the Goblin Slayer guy, and she's just horrible. I mean, these characters are a joke, and as I said, I've read the manga, and the other characters they introduce are just not interesting at all either. Then we have the main thread of the show. Of course, the goblins. These violent creatures that go around causing chaos and destruction to everything. They are supposed to be portrayed as these just savage creatures that do nothing but kill, rape, and so on and so forth. Yet it's pathetic because the show tries to play with the idea of, oh, the goblins, maybe they're just misunderstood. Who's really right in this situation? Is it really okay to kill them? They even try to make you feel sorry for some of the goblins. And it's just like, wow. There is nothing worse than when a trash series tries to take itself so seriously. And when idiots try to set up that trash series to be something more than what it is. The goblins are not interesting. None of the other, threats that get introduced in the series are interesting. This anime does nothing, I repeat, nothing differently from all the other flavor of the month edgy trash anime before it. It's not breaking the mold, it's doing nothing cool or unique, so knock it off. All you people running around like, oh man, this one is different, man, because I've seen it. This one is so different, it's not your typical guess. The fuck it is. No, actually, it's even worse. It's just another boring ass anime with a fantasy setting, but it's just more edgy. That's it. Anyone who thinks differently is clearly stupid. And then you got people that are triggered because of all the rape and the gore, which are just as annoying as the people that are hyping up this blood and gore. Whether you're on the side of you love it because it's edgy and stuff, you're an idiot, or whether you're on the side that you hate it because it's edgy and stuff, you're still an idiot because why are you getting so triggered over, anime blood and gore? Who cares? That's not my problem here. My problem here is that it's not done right. It's not entertaining. There's nothing coming from this show that does anything remotely different to deserve the hype. And it's only getting hype because it's edgy. There's nothing else to the show. It's not worth watching. I will not be watching it. And neither should you. I mean, unless you're happy with being a moron with bad taste in anime. If you're happy with being a moron, then by all means, continue watching the series. But if you don't want to be a moron, stay away from Goblin Slayer. Period.